where he said he wanted to pay a guy $15 for 5 hours of work.
I agreed with him on that, but he didn't like soda either.
You like Dr. Pepper? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess.
But to better answer the question, I'm not like drinking out of the outside packaging. Why would it matter if someone's touching that part? I don't get that.
But it's like been manhandled and touched, and
we're not all Howard Hughes here.
Like, I would not purchase an item that had that done. That's for sure. I would look for another case.
At Mayo Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, a very special show. It is a King of the Draft bracket qualifier. If you are unfamiliar with King of the Draft, it is what Spencer is doing over at teeitoffsports.club. He's gathered people who talk about golf DraftKings picks from around the internet, put them in a bracket, and see who is going to be the king of the draft. The rules for this, there are 4 of us today. The top 2 will move on. It is snake draft fashion. You cannot pick a player more than once. Once that player is picked, they are off the board. I have dropped the link to the bracket itself down in the description if you want to check on it. Of note, if you are someone who enjoys playing on DraftKings or betting or playing head-to-heads, whatever it might be, right now at betspertsgolf.com, the rabbit hole is $1 for this week. For the Canadian Open. You enter the code Canada, you get it for $1. And if you get it right now, that means you get the Canadian Open and the US Open because it's 7 days. So get 2 tournaments for the price of one. That price of one being $1. Go do that now. Smash a like while you're here. Blickle and Rasa are 2 of the participants. They are on the line right now. Blickle, are you excited to do this?
I'm very excited to do this. Yeah, obviously you and I have done a ton of shows together this year. I've gotten to know Ben a lot better this year, and how much fun is it to do my first show with Tim as well now?
But Ben, you're a regular of Tim's shows. You know how this goes.
I know how it goes. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a little different. A lot of things going on. We were talking World Cup before the show, but vibes are good. I'm excited to. I don't think I've ever done a snake draft on DK like this, so it's a little different. Gives it some flavor.
I appreciate that you didn't even know that you were in the bracket or on this show until like 10 minutes ago.
Literally no idea. So I saw it. I said, wow, that's a cool idea. I wonder who's in it. And I scrolled down, and lo and behold, I made the bracket. So truly doing it live, as they say.
I made a movie.
Well, in studio with me to draft his team. He's also earned the #1 pick in this draft. It is Tim Andercust.
It's not my name.
You're here. And you're making picks. Blickle, you had the question for Cust on what you asked me before he showed up. What was it?
Please.
Yeah. How many DraftKings lineups have you made in your life?
I made a few several years ago when we used to be in a pool that a friend of ours used to run.
That still runs.
So I probably have made like 13, 14, 15, something like that. I haven't made one in like the better part of a half decade. Not going to lie.
So he's going to win.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Well, you, sir, have the first pick in this draft. So anything you want on the board, I can throw your team up on the screen right now.
So it's an easy one for me because if it isn't Tom Kim winning this week, who I picked as my one and done, so maybe I'll get him late. The guy I'm picking this week, I kind of hope he doesn't win because I think he might win the US Open. I'm taking Sam Burns.
All right. Why do you like Sam Burns so much?
He's in great form. That's why. He's in great form. And I expect this course, based on the weather forecast that I looked up 20 minutes ago, to be sort of torrentially rainy and unpleasant and hard conditions. And then when the course gets tough, Sam Burns is a very good candidate for hard courses. He nearly won Oakmont last year, for heaven's sakes.
Until the weather got bad.
The weather was bad the whole week. It got really bad on Sunday, and he was still leading for a good part of that while the weather was bad. So anyway.
Sam Burns never finished top 5 in a major.
Where did he finish at Oakmont?
I believe in 9th.
Really? I mean, I know he and Adam ejected, but like Burns was in the hunt at Aronimink too, and that was a super tough track. So anyway, if it gets tough, I want Burns.
Alex, you have the second pick here. Did Cust steal your pick?
No, he did not. My pick is Aaron Rai, PGA champion, and that's kind of why I thought Tim might take him, just because I know Tim was kind of raving about that win, and so I thought he might go right to him. But I'm going to go here. I like the salary that I'm getting here with my first pick. I can kind of go any direction from here.
So that leads us to my pick for the first round off the board. I'm going to stay in that $8,000 region as well, Ben. I'm going to take Alex Fitzpatrick at $8,700.
He was someone that I've seen a good amount. I was wondering where he was going to go. If you didn't take him, you were certainly not going to have the opportunity to take him. He might have been one of my two. So I get that. So I get 2 picks back to back here, do I not?
You do.
All right. Well, I'll take Tommy Fleetwood, as I always do. And I'll take Brooks. I'm gonna spend my money right now, and then we'll see if I run out of money and make an illegal team later. But I'll take two guys with good win equity, a lot of talent up top. I'll take those 2.
Do you think that Brooks has a better chance of winning this week or next week?
I'll say this week. Obviously, we know Brooks. He's obviously hunting for the big time majors, and I would know better than anyone. I faded him for like a decade straight at the U.S. Open, so I know how that goes. But I think he is building, and given where with all the live stuff and stuff, I think he's more motivated in these weeks than he maybe once was.
Blickle, we didn't get a chance to do a show together this week, but is there a certain type of skill set you're looking for at TPC Toronto?
Yeah, there is. This is kind of a fun one because we kind of went into last season. The focus was, on the length of the golf course and wide fairways, and everyone kind of thought hey, this was going to be a distance place, but actually it was accuracy that really kind of shined in the course fit model last year. And I think it's not the easiest thing to kind of explain why that might be, but I think it's one of those scenarios where like the fairways are so wide that the accurate guys are just in scoring position after scoring position, and they're able to take advantage on a course that even though it's long, it doesn't have like crazy defenses. Now, you talked with Jeff on your show about how the weather might be just totally different this year, might change scoring conditions, and so I'm not putting a ton of stock into the course fit model from last year. I think I'm kind of just approaching it from the standpoint of who are the really good golfers this week, and hopefully I can build a team just full of good players and kind of do it that way. But I also did see the same putting signal that you were talking about with Jeff.
About the spike putting?
Yeah, that it's just like for whatever reason, this was a course that, putting was a skill that translated. Good putters putted well, good putters did well in the event. And that also might be from the fact that like the course didn't have a ton of defense. So if you just were giving yourself 8-footers, 12-footers, 20-footers all day long, obviously the better putters are the ones who are going to make a decent amount of those.
Well, I might as well go down with the ship that I bet on this week. So I took Alex Fitzpatrick in the first round, Blickle. I am following it up at $8,900 and going with Alex Noren.
I think that if you just have confidence in people named Alex, good things happen to you.
It's not a bad shout. I'm loading, I think the weather's going to be so bad, I'm loading up on Euros.
I think that's a really good call. Yeah.
But Ben, that sounds like you're kind of weak.
Oh yeah, this is right in my wheelhouse. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get Noren. I probably should have just taken him in Fleetwood and truly defiled myself immediately. But I'm all about that. I hope the weather is crazy, and I hope this gets weird. That would definitely be a good thing for me.
Well, with your first round pick, Alex, you took Aaron Rye at $8,300. Where do you want to go next?
I'm going to go Keith Mitchell. Just kind of stay true to the brand here.
Well, if you need guys who can putt at this course, and there's a lot of putting signal, how could you go wrong with Aaron Rye and Keith Mitchell?
Last time I saw Aaron Rye in a big tournament, he made every putt.
He played in a big tournament last week and missed every putt.
And to a degree, it's in big tournament, but it's not the PGA where he made every putt.
So he made every putt at one tournament. This guy's a career loser on the greens.
Yeah, well.
It's your pick. You have two. You have 2 picks.
I do have 2 picks, and I am going to select. Where do I want to go here? I also don't want to run out of money.
That's a good strategy.
You know how it is. I'll take Nick Taylor at 8,000.
Nick Taylor. Okay, so Nick Taylor and Sam Burns. That leaves you with $7,900 per player.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with.
Remember when you told me
Potgieter.
Okay, why Potgieter?
If it's soft and it comes down to him being able to outdrive every single person on the golf course, he's going to do it. If he can hit a couple of wedges short, make a couple of putts, he has a guaranteed advantage that I'm working with that no one else has, and that he's got the longest drives on the course. So, I don't know. I'm going to go that way.
Okay. He putted well at the PGA Championship.
Did he?
He did, yeah.
Good. I mean,
he was the 36-hole leader.
Look, so was half the field. That doesn't mean anything. Hey, look, he's also very live next week too. You can hit it long and you can make putts and you can shoot one over. You're going to win.
So Aldrich Potgieter, your U.S. Open champion next week, Ben.
He's one of my people.
Him and JB Holmes most likely will get into a playoff. That's kind of what I'm envisioning.
All right, so
It'll be it'll feel like an 18-hole playoff with JB Holmes in it, even though it'll only be
That's
a
a
2-hole
fair
playoff.
point.
I was stunned they were able to finish their U.S. Open qualifier playoff last night.
Maybe he's a little faster than he used to be.
Oh yeah, when you
Maybe.
haven't seen a guy for 7 years, I'm sure he got a lot faster on the course.
Maybe he's reformed.
Alex, you're back up with Aaron Rye and Keith Mitchell, and $8,300 per player.
I'm going to take the guy who eliminated me from best ball this past week with just a ridiculous Sunday, Rayton, at 88. And this is partially just because, like, I do think he's going to play well. And obviously he's in very good form right now. But above all else, he's going to score. He just makes a ridiculous amount of birdies, eagle opportunities. So I really like his DraftKings scoring here.
Ben, is there a certain strategy that you're going with here? Like, are you trying to take as balanced of a lineup as possible? Like, are you targeting certain skill sets? Like, what's your idea? Are you just taking players?
More honestly, so I'm trying to actually think about this a little more. Like when I build, normally I'm doing like very obscene things because I'm trying to beat 20,000 people. I'm trying to beat 3 people here, or just even 2. So I'm trying to go a little more. I don't even know balanced salary wise, but just balanced in not doing anything really crazy. Because if you can just get 5 or certainly 6 through the cut, you're probably fine in a format like this, which leads me to take. Oh, actually, it's not my pick, is it?
No, it's my pick. I'm going to take Nikolai Højgaard at $9,100.
Okay.
Damn it.
So again, continue to load up on Euros. Continue to take great either drivers or iron players or some mix of both. Now, I have one guy who can putt on my team. Nikolai's been improving with his putting, but Rasmus did really well at this course last year, tee to green. Maybe Nikolai can replicate that. And it feels like he's been on the verge of winning all year long, that eventually he's just going to have to get across the finish line like he has in Europe before.
I'm on Team Rasmus. I'm a Rasmus fan, not a Nikolai fan.
How's that year going for you?
Not as well. Not as well.
I'm with you. I'm Team Rasmus.
How does one land on Team Rasmus over Team Nikolai?
That's an excellent question. I remember from the 2 Ryder Cups ago, him making some fantastic shots, and I just decided, this is the good Højgaard.
You realize 2 Ryder Cups ago, it was Nikolai who was on the team.
Like the most recent Ryder Cup, like 2 years ago.
Because the most recent Ryder Cup was Rasmus, who barely played.
Who was the good one?
Well, the good one was Nikolai when they won in Europe.
They won both. Well, I think winning in the United States is a little more impressive.
But I feel like Nikolai did more to contribute to their win.
Maybe.
Scored more
It also
points.
just kind of sounded like Tim was describing Nikolai's performance.
Yes.
And then saying,
and then had to backtrack.
because of that, I really like Rasmus.
Look, I don't need to be here. I mean, like every time I come here, I am abused.
Well, you're in a mood today.
All right.
You got stuck in traffic and you're all agitated.
I do. And if we have time for a quick corner, I got a corner too.
We have more than enough time for a quick corner.
Okay.
But Ben's pick is first. The last pick of the 3rd round. Ben, your 3rd guy to match with Fleetwood and Brooks.
I'll take Bez.
God.
He's just, it's Bez. What can you say? If it gets weird, he can putt. He's not a Euro, but he's a Euro in the sense that he's been over there a ton. I like everything about Bez. I think he's actually played pretty well this year, quietly. I don't think he'll get destroyed off the tee, which is always a benefit.
I mean, he always gets destroyed off the tee.
But it won't be too extreme. He can make up for that. He'll be fine.
All right, maybe so. Well, that brings us to the midway point of the show, which means it's time for a mini version of Cust Corner.
He's the most insane Tim Too Rich, Coke fanboy impressionist, a murderer, a fast food lover, a nuts fan who'll curse your mother, self-proclaimed man of the most. He wants his credit, he needs to boast. Doctor, Top Gun, hipster too, whatever you call him, that's up to you. He's got a corner and it's Cust. Let's hear the hot takes and discuss.
What is everybody's obsession with these plant and flower spots in every parking lot at every grocery station? at all these like
It's a
people
grocery station.
a grocery store, sorry. You know what I mean. All these flower centers, all these plant centers that are popping up in the parking lots all over the place, taking up all kinds of spaces to have a garden center outside. And like people are crazy for it. I see people walking away with like botanical gardens and putting them in their cars. What are you doing with all these flowers? Why do you need all these flowers? Why does everybody need all of this stuff? I don't understand why we need to take up valuable parking spots for those of us who'd rather park in that area and have a little bit of space. And also, like, why does everyone need to have this picture of flowers and that picture of flowers? And that, like, what are we doing here?
Are you advocating parking farther away from the door?
I usually do, but that's because I like to have a little more space. But that's not the point. The point is I don't understand this there is traffic all around and everywhere you go, people are obsessed with garden centers. And I don't understand, like, what type of villas are people living in that they need carfuls of flowers?
Ben, you strike me as a sneaky flower guy.
That is normally, my friend, you're right on the money. That couldn't be further from the truth. Really not I don't think I've ever owned a plant, and I don't understand why anyone would. So no,
and you don't eat them.
I'm
You
not
don't
about
eat
that.
any plants.
I didn't know this was like an epidemic, though. I never even heard of a garden center. That's a thing.
Yeah, the garden is not new.
Oh no, they're old.
Yeah, they've been around for ages. Blickle, are you a big plant guy?
I'm not a big plant guy, and I'm wondering how much of this is specific to Canada versus here, because I haven't seen this sort of thing. It doesn't sound like Ben has seen this sort of thing. I have not. I have never once felt crowded by people getting plants or whatever this is.
I see them all the time in parking lots outside of the grocery store, and I've never felt crowded by them whatsoever. You know what I choose to do? Not park near them.
Or just the ones that are on the side of the road that like cause delay, like the one on our way to our golf course. There's a big one on the side of the road.
Yeah, that one is open.
Traffic coming in and coming out.
That one is open 12 months a year. It is it's where you go to buy plants.
Why do people need to buy all these plants?
Maybe they like to jazz up their house.
This is not the Palace of Versailles. You don't need to have a water garden. Well, what's going on here?
People like to buy plants. And as you mentioned, you see people walking in. Of course they exist. They're selling off the charts.
To whom? For what purpose?
To
Where are they
my
going?
girlfriend in particular. Yeah. To my girlfriend. That's what they're selling.
And where are you
90%
putting all
of the
these
business.
Where are you putting all these flowers?
Tim, you want the honest answer?
Yes, I do. No, I want you to
want
lie
the
to
honest
me.
answer?
I'm more interested if you lie to me.
Most of the time they go in the trash. Most of the time.
There we have it.
Because we cannot take care of them, therefore they are garbage. But once they go in the trash, what do? You replace them. There you go.
You just gotta get better at keeping them alive.
Well,
or get fake plants.
That's what I wanted.
They sell those there too.
Yep.
Anyway, it frustrates me to no end. I don't understand the demo. I don't understand why people want all these plants, need all these plants, want all these flowers.
So what you're saying is that you're not big on women? Who are you, Jeff?
Jeff's not here to defend himself.
Jeff has made his stance very clear.
I won't take any shots. Jeff's not here to defend himself.
We got some. Blickle, did you watch the Monday show?
Yes, I did. And Tim, this is why you always lose most insane, because you have the perfect opportunity here to step on his throat and you don't take it. You're too nice.
He's frustrated that Myrtle Mandelbaum's high crown visor is more attractive than his. And that's why he doesn't want to be caught out there on the golf course with her.
So there was a few comments on that episode from Monday. Ben, I'm sure you didn't see it, but we'll run it by you. Baz 00006 commented.
Well, sounds like a real person.
This was the most unapologetic, uncensored version of Jeff, and I loved every minute of it.
I can assure you, having not listened to the show, it is not the most uncensored version of Jeff imaginable. Just
considering I censored the episode.
There you have it.
Check this out.
There you have it. I if there was something really egregious, the carrier pigeons would have told me already.
I appreciate Jeff trying to make golf great again.
I'm aware of Jeff's frustrations. This has been relayed of not being able to book times when he wants.
La Parka 420 says it all went downhill when we let him vote. You tell him, Jeff.
This is not fair to Jeff. Jeff's not here to defend himself. This is not
I'm really
right.
gonna have to check this out.
This is not right.
Jeff doesn't think that women there should not be like ladies booking times at golf courses, is Jeff's take. And he wants his own rooms with men only.
Well, he has that already.
But he wants other rooms that have mahogany chairs in them that women aren't allowed in.
Smoking cigars.
I mean, I'm not going to attack Jeff. I refuse to do that.
Are you pro he's more upset about that they don't have frosted mugs anymore?
Oh, frosted mugs are great. Who doesn't love a frosted mug?
How many frosted mugs do you have on the go at your house right now?
I only have one frosted mug, but that was like the best part of getting the A&W root beers. It always came in the frosted mug. I love the frosted mug. I'm a fan of the frosted mug.
Oh my God. Do you see they have smash burgers at A&W now?
I'm aware of this. I'm surprised you are, since you don't eat meat at a fast food.
I will now. They have
Oh,
smash
will you?
burgers.
Oh, they've been
Yeah.
up for like a few weeks. So if you were going to eat them, you probably would have already. But I have seen them. I can't imagine anybody wants them. I can't imagine how expensive they must be. Right now, McDonald's has introduced now FIFA meals with collectible cups. So this is where my attention is.
You've moved on from the Diet Coke?
No, I have not moved on from that.
How many pallets of Diet Coke have you bought? And as Jeff pointed
Yesterday,
out,
I was scrolling through the handle of
yeah,
cases,
well, you should
trying
do that
to see.
You should do those with every single one of them because you can see into the fucking box.
I know, but I don't want to be like Homer that time where he's got the lottery tickets and he's just holding them up to light until he finds the winner.
You
Oh,
want
who
these
give me
three
that one?
countries in your Coke packages. You can look into them to see which ones are in them,
Yeah,
and
but I don't
somehow
wanna-
you've been unable to get certain
Yeah, but I don't
countries.
want to handle everybody's case that they might then purchase because I wouldn't want anyone manhandling all of my cases and going through the can. So I wouldn't want to do that to other people.
How do you think they get on the shelves?
Yeah, but they're not like people aren't like penetrating the handle. You know, like the perforated handle that you like have to break the cardboard to slide your fingers in.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that. Yeah, you can just.
You can't see the cans any other way.
Well, then you got to do.
I don't have X-ray specs.
Well, then you got to do it.
I don't want to do that.
Penetrate that shit, pal.
I have too much respect for the person who's going to purchase that item to want to like manhandle all the stuff. Like if one is open as they were, I can scroll through.
Ben, would this be a problem for you buying diet soda at?
There's a lot of multiple steps of things that would never happen to me. I would never be buying soda. That would not be a problem as well.
Well, I wish I was as perfect as you, Ben.
No, and I was going to submit because the last episode I've seen on the channel was actually I watched a Judge Cust the other night, which was fantastic. But now I'm a little questioning the judge a little bit. I'm not going to lie, because I was thinking about I've had a lot of cases in my life that I might want to submit, but this is some concerning behavior. I'm not going to lie.
In the judge's court, things are taken fair and balanced, and I distribute justice without passion or prejudice.
Okay, it's fair. It's fair.
Alex, would you buy a 12-pack of Diet Coke if the handle part was already punched through?
If I liked Diet Coke, same answer as Ben. Like I'm not a soda guy. Just, but look, if I was in,
do you bring Gus on this show with me now,
like
who exclusively don't like soda?
I brought that other guy who was basically you on for World Cup, where he said he wanted to pay a guy $15 for 5 hours of work.
I agreed with him on that, but he didn't like soda either.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess.
But to better answer the question, I'm not like drinking out of the outside packaging. Why would it matter if someone's touching that part? I don't get that.
But it's like been manhandled and touched, and
we're not all Howard Hughes here.
like I would not purchase an item that had that done. That's for sure. I would look for another case. So do unto others as you have done unto you.
I do have a Judge Cust if you want to hear it.
Fire away.
Now entering the courtroom of Judge Cust.
Verdict not based on law, evidence of common sense. Judge Cust. All rulings are final until he changes his mind in 5 minutes. He's got the power. Judge Cust. Case dismissed. Now get out of his sight. Judge Cust.
I'll show Ben how fair and balanced I can be.
Mayo Media Inc. at gmail.com if you have a question to submit for Judge Cust. Greg chimes in.
He's not an alien.
He's not an alien, that is true. Our wives challenged 3 of us guys to plan our own trip while they headed out east. We rose to the occasion. A golf trip to Prince Edward Island, where we will be going to play our Ryder
We
Cup
will
this
be.
year. A foursome would be ideal, but it's just the 3 of us. Me, Steve, and Miller.
Hey, Steve.
The additional context is we'll see this 4th buddy at another boys' weekend with our main big group, and this will surely come up. The dilemma. There's a potential 4th, a longtime friend of mine and Steve's, but only a fringe acquaintance to Miller. Steve and I went back and forth on whether or not to invite him. And a sidebar, he can be a lot and tends to try hard to impress and be overbearing with his opinions and ideas. He either makes an amazing trip or absolutely ruins it.
Okay.
Our decision. We decided to not invite him. The potential friction, especially given that Miller doesn't know him super well, wasn't worth the risk of dampening the trip dynamic. Judge Cust, did we make the right decision? Specifically, are we causing an unnecessary rift, or is protecting the group dynamic the right call? And the fourth needs to be a big boy and understand that. Thanks, Reg.
I think you did everything right, Reg. I don't have an objection to this at all. You don't need, there's nothing set in stone, carved into a tablet. You need to have 4 people to make the trip work. That fourth person, you said, is only barely an acquaintance of Miller. And you say it's a coin flip. Like, maybe he'll be great on the trip, but like also could be terrible vibes. And I just, when it's that small of a group, terrible vibes will just be so caustic, it'll ruin the whole thing for everybody. When you're in a group of 16 people, if somebody's being a lunatic, you can walk away from that person and you can sort of like protect your peace a little bit. You can't do that when it's just 4 of you and you're playing in the same foursomes every time. So it may have been that this person would have been great on the trip. Who can say? But I have no objection to what you did. I think you're perfectly within your rights.
Blickle, you've probably been on a lot of golf trips in your life. Where would you rule on this?
I think it depends on what game you guys play. If you play a game where having 4 is really important, like Wolf, for example, which is my game of choice, you want the 4th for sure. And it doesn't matter if it's the worst human being on the planet. I'd rather play Wolf with 4.
Ben, you're a big boys trip guy, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Wolf is. That sounds outrageous. But I think Tim nailed it. It's such a small number of people. If you get that wrong, it can overshadow everything. So I would be team. If they put in the message that they can be a lot, to me, that's the signal that more likely than not, this person is just a little too volatile for a small group setting. So I am team exclusion. Get them out of there. Can't do it. Can't risk it.
It sounds like they're trying to invite me 20 years ago.
We're never that
be
bad.
Dangerous. It sounds like.
We do know people that are that bad, though, that come on trips with us.
Yes, but again, like
that's a group of 16.
Like I said, that's a big group, and you can just walk away when things become too much.
Blickle, we have a guy on our trip that we have to prepare for. And basically one person on the trip has to bite the bullet every year and be paired with him a whole bunch.
It's okay.
It's made one person quit the trip.
But
I was going to say, why don't you make a new friend and replace that?
No,
He's
you're
been
not
our
gonna,
friend for 25 years. What are we
he's
going to do?
He's a very nice person. He's just, he's a very nice person. Eccentric, sure.
Is
But
this
you know
the guy
what?
from the Judge
How
Cust
dare?
episode?
Yes, it is.
Is he eccentric? Sure.
Yeah.
But like, what am I? So,
In a different way, though. You're not in a way that causes problems for anyone.
No.
And gets people so viscerally upset they want to walk off the golf course.
Well, no, that's fair.
Now, your play might do that.
My play,
But your
will do
attitude
that.
doesn't.
My play, will do that. Thanks for bringing that up. That's that's great.
Hey, you had a great round 2 rounds ago.
I know.
Why don't you focus on that instead of your shit round last time?
Because I am not capable of that.
Blickle, can you talk some sense into him?
It's golf, man. You gotta let the bad rounds go and just remember the really good shots. It's
That wouldn't take long.
You played really well.
I wouldn't say that.
You shot your best score in ages.
Oh, in 2 rounds ago. Yeah,
2 rounds ago.
Yeah.
And
Now it makes me think it was just a fluke.
But even when we played, Jared, and I played last week. Your back nine was pretty good. You had like a good stretch in there.
Better, yes, it was. I agree.
Focus on that and be like,
Okay.
Tim, what was your mindset when you were playing well 2 rounds ago?
Don't screw up, don't screw up, don't screw up, don't screw up, don't screw up.
Good mindset.
Then I'll tell you what, the fact that you overcame that mindset to play good golf, like that's what you should be proud
That's
of.
like
'cause
the chattering teeth are in my brain the whole time doing that, particularly on the teeing ground. Less so as I get closer to the green. But as I'm standing on the blocks, my brain is just like a cyclone, just swirling. And I'm thinking about 15 different things at once.
Summer's actually the time of year when I notice bad sleep for me the most because the days are longer, the kids are running around nonstop, they're staying up later because it's so gloriously bright out throughout the course of the night, and then they tell me, it's not bedtime, it's not dark out, although that logic never applies in the wintertime when it gets 4:30 p.m. dark out now, does it, kids? But I'm outside more, I'm playing more golf, and if I don't get a good night's sleep, I feel awful the next day. It's one of the reasons I've been so happy with my Helix mattress. I've now had mine for a couple years, and it's been a massive upgrade from what I was sleeping on before. I fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and I wake up feeling far more recovered. That's the important part. When you're trying to squeeze the most out of your summer, which I have to where I live, it's a pretty big deal to me. What I really like about Helix is they make it easy. Just take their sleep quiz and they'll match you with the mattress that's right for you and your sleep style and preferences. And the summer sale is going on at helixsleep.com right now. So go to helixsleep.com/Mayo for 20% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/Mayo for 20% off. Make sure to enter the show name at checkout so that they know we sent you. The Travelers Championship. Now is the time. This is the place. Every star, every round, every shot that makes your heart race as legends walk the fairways. Keegan Bradley, Scotty Scheffler, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Cameron Young, Xander Schauffele, Colin Morikawa, and other PGA Tour greats. All battling to be called champion. See the world's best for all 4 days. No cut. You'll feel the pressure before the shot, the roar when it drops. You'll stand close enough to see it all, the intensity, the focus, the moment when everything comes down to mere inches, and where everything makes you part of the moment. It's golf at its best, up close, open to all, and only here. The excitement starts June 24th and runs through June 28th at TPC River Highlands in Cromwell, Connecticut. For tickets and information, visit travelerchampionship.com. Now is the time. This is the place. Starting something new is terrifying. I remember right before launching this show thinking, what if no one listens? What if it completely flops? And that's something that has persisted every time that I hit record and go to edit a show, even as I'm recording this right now. It never goes away. But taking that leap ended up being one of the best decisions I ever made. And honestly, having something like Shopify back then would have made it a whole lot easier. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses. Whether you're just getting started or scaling up, you can build a clean, professional store with ready-to-use templates that actually match your brand. No coding headaches. And it's not just a storefront. Shopify's got built-in AI tools to help write product descriptions, improve your pages, even upgrade your images. Plus, you can run email and social campaigns right from the platform like you've got a full marketing team behind you. That would have been great like 15 years ago, not gonna lie to you. Best part, everything lives in one place. Inventory, payments, analytics, so you're not juggling 5 different tools to run your business. It's time to turn those what-ifs into with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/PatMayo. Go to shopify.com/PatMayo. That's shopify.com/PatMayo. Season's changing, which means I need to flip my entire wardrobe, and I looked at my closet and I started thinking, why do I own so much junk that I never actually wear? I've been trying to scale it back. Fewer things, but better stuff. And honestly, that's why I keep going back to Quince over and over. Their pieces just make sense. The fabric feels legit, real quality, not that fake premium marketing nonsense that they send me on Instagram. That stuff sucks. What you want is super breathable, really comfortable clothing that looks sharp without trying too hard. Even the Flow Knit activewear. That's the sneaky one for me. It's soft, moisture wicking, doesn't stink, and you can wear it all day and not feel gross, which is a big win for me. The kicker is the price. It's like 50 to 60% less than what you'd expect to pay for this level of quality because they cut out the middleman and go straight to the source. So you're not paying for a logo, you're paying for good clothes. Refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/Mayo for free shipping and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Mayo. Quince.com/Mayo. Well, Ben Rasa is up with his 4th round pick. His team consists of Brooks, Tommy, and Seabez so far. Ben, you have $7,500 remaining per player.
Take Harry Hall.
Harry O.
Yeah. Been on him a lot this year. Scores like a banshee, can putt. A little volatile here and there. But honestly, I was pretty impressed last week. Give me Harry Hall. Yeah, I'm like I said, running out of money quickly, but I like the 4 I've got.
You got $7,100 left. So now it's back to me. I still have $7,700 with Fitzpatrick, Noren, and Nikolai. I am going to take Justin Rose and continue with my Euro guy, high end, but not the very highest end of salary, leaving me with $7,000 remaining. Blickle, it's to you.
Well, you just took both of the guys that I wanted with Nikolai and then Rose. So I'm gonna go to let's stick with the brand again. Let's go Sahith Theegala.
Sahith, okay. What have you been seeing out of Sahith recently?
Well, I like how he plays in the wind. I like how many birdies he makes. He doesn't seem like he's that far off to me. The approach play hasn't quite been where obviously he wants it, but the weird thing has been like usually with him, he's either really off with the irons or really on. And lately it's been a little bit of both. He'll have like a 6-hole stretch where he's just throwing darts, and then he'll have a 6-hole stretch where he misses every single green by 10 yards, and it's really ugly. So kind of just betting on him finding that a little bit, but the rest of his game, which really was struggling for a while there, is definitely more solid this year than it was like a year ago. So I like that aspect. I like how much he scores.
Tim, you have 2 picks. Your team consists of Burns, Nick Taylor, and Potgieter. You have $8,100 left.
Shane Lowry
Shane Lowry?
and Hao Tong.
Okay, just taking some favorites here.
Particularly Hao Tong. Hao Tong is one of my guys. I get excited. It's not possible for me to have a card that doesn't have Hao Tong in it if I'm picking 6 golfers. I cheer for him every week. I don't know. Lowry has just been star-crossed ever since he rinsed it at PGA National. And nobody seems to be touting him. Nobody seems to like him whatsoever. I do. I'm on board. So I'm going to take Shane Lowry.
I like Lowry as a DFS play, Blickle. When we take a look at your team, you still have $8,400 remaining, so you could have been on that side if you wanted to go up, down, or continue to build this balanced type of team where you have no player who is more expensive than $8,800 at this point. But Lowry cost me a lot of money. I was about to qualify for one of those mega tickets for the U.S. Open, and Lowry went birdie, birdie, eagle on the front 9, and then I think he made 7 bogeys in a row.
It was disgusting. I mean, this guy is allergic to being within like 8 strokes of the lead. He automatically just starts to play some terrible golf. That was one of the quickest and most extreme turnarounds that I can like ever remember within one round. That was insane. I had him in round 4 showdown, and I mean, he legitimately went from like, oh my God, he's the best play on the slate to I could have used anybody else in this range and been better off within 5 holes. That was insane. So
the reverse of what JJ Spawn did at Oakmont on Sunday, where he was like 41 on the front and like 30 on the back.
Unfortunately, that wasn't a tournament where if you shot a 41, you weren't coming back from that one.
Yeah.
Though he did make quite a few birdies coming in. So
Rye Mitchell, Wright, and Theegala is your squad right now.
Yeah, I was actually going to consider Lowry there because I had a 7,000 like mid 7K guy that I liked, and he fit with either Højgaard, Lowry, or Rose. I don't want to go with Hovland. I don't know what is going on with Hovland, what his schedule is right now. It seems like he's maybe playing injured. So I'm going to pivot a little bit here, and I'm going to go Wyndham Clark.
Okay, so Wyndham Clark was on my list with my last pick. Instead of using Rose, I was going to use Wyndham Clark. But the weather kind of wigged me out on him a little bit.
That's fair, but he just held up pretty well in the wind. And I always remember the round that he played at Heritage a few years ago when he was forced to finish in wind when some of the other guys were still on like the holes that were guarded by trees. And so he was out in the open when the strongest winds came. And then as soon as he finished, there was a weather delay. And he just really impressed me there. And that's kind of always stuck with me. He really does flight his ball well in wind, and so I like that. And you know, it's been hard to see over the last couple of years because he just didn't have his ball striking period. But man, this season as a whole, the iron play has been awesome. And now finally in his last 2 events, the rest of his game has caught up to the approach play all season. So I really like the form he's in. And obviously he's one of those guys that like you can just see when he's confident versus when he's frustrated. And right now he's as confident as any player out there.
His ball striking has gotten up to his locker striking quality.
That's you're still a Wyndham Clark stan, from what I recall.
Look, the man won me more credit than I could possibly imagine at Los Angeles Country Club. So,
with my pick, I am going to go to a Ben Rasa special and take Emiliano Grillo at $6,800. Ben,
That hurts. That hurts. I already had my team on the other screen made. Grillo was on it. You're gonna be well, who knows? You could be very upset about that, but I respect it, obviously.
so you have the final two picks. You have $7,100 remaining.
Just changes what I was gonna do. All right, I'll take Tony Finau.
You should really take Tom Kim is who you should take.
please don't do that.
I didn't even know Tom Kim was here. So all right.
So Finau for you.
I'm gonna take Luke Clanton. It would have been Grillo, but I'm gonna have to alter that. And Clanton's showing a little form here. And look at wow, that is a team. So $200 to spare, easy game.
So that goes back to me at $7,200 with a chance to take Tom Kim. He's going to win. I heard he's going to win the tournament. I
hope so.
I don't know where I read that.
Could use that credit.
You feel like you're running out of. I thought you had so much credit it didn't matter from the Wyndham Clark's win at LA Country Club.
I mean, that was a lot, but I'm going to get a lot next week too. I'm a big game hunter.
Okay, if people, this show is not going to be as popular as the other shows. Are you going to be in studio next week? Next Monday?
I'll be here on Monday. Yeah.
Tell Blickle who you're picking and why you think it's the sleeper play of the week.
I'm going to pick as my gold pick, and therefore he can't be my one and done because he can't earn any money. It's Jackson Coyven.
I like that. I actually like that quite a bit.
But Cust seems to live under the impression that no one knows who this is.
Very few people are going to make him their top pick.
I would agree with you, but let's not act like he doesn't have shorter odds than the guy that just won a major.
So this is how I've got to outcredit people and hustle people by putting him at the top of the poll for me. It's his highest praise that I can give is put him at number one, which means I'll have a silver pick to be my one and done when I make that call.
So it's to me with $7,200.
Don't say it can't be done. We saw it 2 years ago. An amateur won a tournament. So don't say it can't be done.
So do you think that the Amex and the U.S. Open are comparable tournaments?
No, I don't. But Jackson Coyven.
Then why did you just say that?
I'm saying that it can be done. That an amateur can win on tour.
I am going to not take Tom Kim with my final pick.
Thank you.
I'm going to take Superman, Jackson Super, at $7,000 to round out my team. Blickle, it is to you. You have $7,100 left. Who will you take?
I really like that super pick. I just watched him yesterday in the longest day of golf, and he just put Woodmont to shame with that round. So that was with those rounds, I guess I should say. So like that last pick, I'm going to go Austin Eckroat, somebody that I know you and I have both been rooting on all season because of best ball and starting to actually play like the Austin Eckroat that we all recognize.
I could use him for the best ball finals because I think he is my highest exposure player left on my teams. Which is sad.
Look, the iron play is there, and he also fits the mold for best ball of like somebody who not only is he on your team, not only do you have a ton of him, but he hasn't done enough where he's going to be, a popular guy on other people's teams. So hopefully for both of us, he plays really well.
So Tim, it's to you.
Tom Kim.
So you're going to leave $1,000 on the table?
Not against the rules.
It's not against the rules. I just find it strange that you would.
I think it would be stranger if I didn't take the person I picked to win to be on my team.
Well, you see, you probably should have taken him earlier so you could have ended up with a better player.
Well, you know what? Here we are nonetheless. I'm not interested in maximizing value. I'm trying to pick the 6 guys I think is going to do the best.
And these are the 6 guys you think are going to do the best?
Well, those are the 6 available to me at the time I was able to draft them that I liked.
Like you could have had Wyndham Clark instead of Shane Lowry.
I could have.
You could have had Colin Morikawa instead of Shane Lowry.
I could have. I don't know that I want either of those guys.
You could have had better driver of the golf ball, Michael Brennan, rather than Aldrich Potgieter.
I don't think he is.
He is.
I don't think he is.
Blickle, would you like to weigh in?
I think that was an interesting roster construction there.
No, on Brennan versus Potgieter of who's the better driver of the golf ball.
Oh, Brennan by far.
Not longer.
He's about as long and 3,000 times more accurate.
Well, accuracy, fair enough, but he's not as long of a driver.
He might actually be.
I think they probably are like almost identical in terms of length.
Okay.
I like that Michael Brennan's not on your radar. That's good news for Michael Brennan. I might have to bet on Michael Brennan now.
I have to add him maybe to my 3-pack. Who knows? Next week.
You don't have a 3-pack for the week.
Next week.
I don't know if he's in the U.S. Open or not.
Oh. Well, there you go.
So, yeah. Well, it sounds like you know a lot about the guy.
I don't know.
You should definitely take him.
I don't. I actually have my 3 in mind already. I don't really care.
Well, give us a tease.
Well, I did already.
Well, I already knew you were picking Jackson Koivin.
And I already kind of mentioned earlier someone else I think might win next week.
Brooks?
Who knows going to be my silver pick, Sam Burns.
Oh.
He's my one and done.
Sounds like you're shaping up for a good week.
And then I like Hatton as my 3rd person.
So does Jeff is going to be furious.
Well, Jeff's going to be furious, but anything.
Well, they allow women to watch the event on the ground.
Jeff.
So, of course, he's going to be furious.
I just want it to be clear when he hears this that I don't support this drive-by smear review, Jeff.
So you agree with Jeff?
No, I think Jeff should have a right to defend himself when he's attacked.
What does Jeff have on you, Tim, that you're so scared of burying him for this one?
I don't think he needs to be buried. I believe in the end that the voters, when the next vote comes up, will choose to punish bad behavior and reward good behavior. And being gentlemanly is a good form of behavior.
Has that ever worked before?
Not
the closest he got was running a smear campaign against Jeff, and he came within 2 points.
Yeah, we did get down in the mud once. That was.
Will you do that for the 10th Custies?
You know what? I didn't enjoy doing it. It was inglorious.
What are you talking? You were sending us memes being like, hee hee hee.
Yeah, but it didn't work, and so I think I learned.
It almost worked.
Yeah,
and Jeff is far and away crazier now than he was 5 years ago.
Not the way he tells it.
No,
because he has no enemies except for Myrtle Mandelbaum.
So
they have the same headwear.
Let's recap these teams. Tim's team consists of Sam Burns, Shane Lowry, Nick Taylor, Aldrich Potgieter, Hao Tong Lee, and Tom Kim, and he has left $1,000 on the table. Blickle's team, Aaron Rye, Keith Mitchell, Christoph Reiten, Sahith Thagala, Wyndham Clark, and Austin Eckroat. My team is the balanced Yahoo lineup of Alex Fitzpatrick, Alex Noren, Nikolai Højgaard, Justin Rose, Emiliano Grillo, and Jackson Suber. Ben, your pick out of the 4-hole was Fleetwood and Brooks, Seabez and Ari O, Tony Finau, and Luke Clinton. One question for you. Why Tony Finau over Max Homa?
Over Max Homa? To be honest, I really didn't consider. So the guy I wanted to take was Denny McCarthy. That's where I thought I was going to go. And I was $100 short. What I wanted to do was go Denny McCarthy and Eckroat. I really like Eckroat this week as well. And then I was going to take the Ewart guy, your boy from Canada.
He's good.
So that was a long-winded way of saying I honestly didn't really consider Max Homa. Finau didn't qualify for the U.S. Open. Not that means he's going to just automatically play well and get in through this, but I do think he's playing better golf. He's got motivation. I wanted someone who can get it out there a little bit, and I like Tony Finau. So yeah, I knew I was going to go with him. It was more because you stole Grillo from me.
Well, here's what happened to me. I was going to go Wyndham Clark and then Max Grazerman because I really like Max Grazerman, but I decided Rose versus Clark, and I didn't do the math right and didn't leave myself the ability to go Homa Grillo to finish out my team. There's another guy at $6,800 though, Blickle, Neil Shipley, who I did bet on to win this week. If he could just find a putter just once, it feels like he'd be awesome.
Yeah, and he's putted well in the past. I mean, my introduction to Shipley was actually playing with him in the Pennsylvania Open 4 years ago now, 3 years ago, one of the two. And I mean, he was lights out on the greens, and that was when he was like, I don't know, 17 years old, something like that. So it's kind of odd to see that that's now the one thing holding him back.
Well, I'll put the link to this down in the description if you want to follow along with us. I thought this was fun. You did good.
Thank you. Alex, when you're fighting a two-way miss, what's the number one thing you focus on when you've got a two-way miss?
If I had that answer, I might be.
Do you focus on one thing instead of the other?
Instead of watching.
Do you focus on one thing over the other? Or like, what do you do? What's your mindset when you've got a two-way miss?
Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to figure out why you have the two-way miss going. So like, what is the thing that is causing the two-way miss? The most common for me, and from talking with Pat, I've learned that it's the most common for him too, is I get stuck inside, and that makes me two from the inside. I like to hit a cut, which means I need to come from the outside. And so if I get stuck inside, now I have two options. I can either leave the face open the way that I would if my path was correct and hit the cut. In that case, now it's a block fade that is off the world right, or I can really aggressively shut the face, which causes the big pull to the left. And so for me, when I have that two-way miss, like the biggest kind of thing that I look for is, okay, well, what's that telling me? And now once I have that information, I can say, okay, I'm getting stuck inside. Let me try to keep the club more in front of me. Coincidentally, this is also what Rory was just talking about. I saw Rory had a really cool kind of interview answer where he was talking about how he wouldn't call it like struggling with the driver. He just didn't like the way he was hitting driver, and he felt like he was getting stuck inside. You know, the way he put it was he was getting stuck underneath the plane, which is another way of kind of saying the same thing. But it was really cool to kind of hear his answer, and he does things a little bit differently to try to fix that kind of live than I do. And so I definitely want to try what he was doing. But at the end, he also said, like, I just need to keep the club in front of me, which I thought was cool, because that's the number one thing that I try to do there.
Ben, same question.
Yep. I was gonna say, Tim, I don't know why you didn't start with me, because
I apologize.
once I learn what a two-way miss is, I'm gonna have a lot of insight into how to fix that.
It is amazing. You've won more money playing DraftKings golf than anyone in this show right now.
Yeah, but the last time I played actual golf was with you.
Are you serious?
That
Dude, we played golf together, then the world shut down for 2 years.
6 years plus ago.
Yeah. So I'm working back up. I think I'm still a little sore from that round, but when I get back out there, watch out, because now I got this insight about my driving. So,
all right. Well,
There we
Ben,
go.
tell people where they can go to Tails and get everything.
Yeah, you go to Alex Blickle's on Tails. Smart man right there. Yeah, listen, you can go over to oddchopper.com, with the World Cup and everything going on. Just a lot of really, really good people dropping content. It's an easy way to filter out the noise. And if you are someone that bets and you're looking for tools and you're looking for process, it's a great site to be on. So I encourage people to go check it out. It's going to be a fun week, and I'm excited to get it going.
Blickle, your link to your Discord is down in the description right now if anyone wants to join. I'm in there. I don't really comment all that often, but I do tail the plays, and they generally win, so that's always good news. But tell people what's going on at FTN Fantasy.
Yeah, appreciate that. And, Ben kind of alluded to it, but my Discord is through Tails. So shout out Tails there. And yeah, good stuff over at FTN Fantasy as well. All the ownership, all the projections, you can still get that there.
Tim, was there anything you'd like to plug?
There is not.
How about that short of you naming all the World Cup winners? That's doing really, really good business.
Apparently,
people said you're cheating.
Saw that. That was impressive.
If that's what they want to believe. I had my eyes closed, didn't I? I
Yeah, but
need to.
They think that I prepped you for it, which I did not.
Oh.
I mean,
It's just-
honestly,
it's
like,
just
even
ball
if
knowledge.
you prepped him, that's still a long list to memorize.
Yeah, that is not easy.
I certainly couldn't do that even with prep.
So some good returns on the World Cup show. I'm looking at the Apple charts for the Pat Mayo experience right now. Number 4 in Canada, number 3 in Nigeria. That's up from 4. Number 7 from Finland. That's down from 3. Number 8 in Ireland. Number 14 in China. Number 1 in France.
Really? C'est bien. Well, maybe once they get to the knockout stages, round of 32, you should and actually have the bracket laid out. You should do another World Cup show and actually go through the bracket, because then it'll be bracketed and you'll actually be able to know who's playing who all the way through.
Tim, we were talking pre-show. Guess who also has Morocco to win?
Who?
Ben.
There you go.
Fake news.
Oh, okay.
I do like Morocco, but
I'm hoping for a 0-0 draw to start.
Was it Mexico who?
South Africa.
That's Thursday?
Yeah,
yeah,
Thursday
you want the
afternoon.
action-packed 0-0.
That was
I respect
my
that.
favorite games.
All right, well, that will do it for me. $1 for the rabbit hole this week. You get it today. You get it through the U.S. Open, making lineups for that and bets for that pre-tournament. So why not get 2 tournaments for the price of $1 using code Canada at betspertsgolf.com. This was a lot of fun. You can follow the entire bracket down in the description, and I will see you next time.
Mayo experience. Experience.